Hello everyone, my name is Shuhan, and today I will show the steps that I used to solve the question 3. Um, According to the questions, we can see that we have four conditions. First is, one is transmitted and one is received. And second is one is transmitted but zero is received. And then is zero is transmitted and zero is received, and zero is transmitted but one is received. To solve these questions, I use four different targets to note these four events. The capital T with sub 1, which means 1 is transmitted, and T0 means 0 is transmitted. R1 means R1 means 1 is received, and R0 means 0 is received. We can also see that T1, T0 are mutually exclusive. R1 and R0 are also mutually exclusive. Also, according to the questions, we can also get the probability of each event. First is the probability that 1 is transmitted equals to 0.4, and the probability that 0 is transmitted is 0.6. Also, we can get the four conditional probabilities, which is the four links of in this graph. The first is 1 is received assuming 1 is transmitted with the probability of 0.8, and 0 is received assuming 1 is transmitted with the probability of 0.2. And we can also see that the probability of these two events together are equal to zeros. And then the third conditional probability is 0 is received assuming that 0 is transmitted with a probability of 0.7, and 1 is received assuming 0 is transmitted with a probability of 0.3. We can see that we get two events probability and four conditional probability. Then we can focus on the questions. The first question is find the probability that data 0 is received. Also, in the paragraph, we can see that the event that 0 is received contains two parts. The first is 1 transmitted, 0 received. 0 transmitted and 0 received. And then we can write the equations, which is, make a mistake. Here, 1 transmitted but 0 received, 0 transmitted and 0 received. And to get these probabilities, we need use the formula of conditional probabilities, which is the probabilities that 0 is received assuming 1 is transmitted times the probabilities that the 1 is transmitted, which equals to the probability that 1 transmitted, 0 received. And then, similar to the first part, the conditional probability of 0 received assuming 0 transmitted times the probability that 0 is transmitted is a probability that 0 transmitted and 0 received. And then we can apply the values to these equations and get the result of the probability of 0 is received equals to 0.5. And The second question is the error rate, the probability of error. Error means 0 is transmitted, but the wrong number, which is 1, is received, and 1 is transmitted, but 0 is received. And then we can write these two probabilities of errors. The first one is 1 is transmitted, but 0 is received, and the second one is 0 is transmitted, but 1 is received. We use the same functions at the part A. We use the conditional probability times the events probability to get the particular events probability. Like the probability of 0 is received, assuming 1 is transmitted, times the probability of 1 is transmitted equals to the probability of this part. And the probability of 1 is received, but the transmitted bit is 0, times the probability of 0 is transmitted equals to the probability of 0 is transmitted, but 1 is received. And when done, we can apply this probability into these equations and get the final result is 0.26. So the error rate, the probability of error equals to 0.26. This is all my step of question 3. Thank you for listening.